working? Are we live? We live? Okay.
Yep.
We
So
are
is this the
live.
appropriate time for me to stand up, Deej, and start singing "Oh Canada"?
All you
No,
want.
no,
All you
no.
want. All the love for Canada. 100%. I mean, I have no issues whatsoever. I'm like, Canada's awesome. My grandmother was from Nova Scotia, born and raised she was born and raised in Canada. I'm most part Canadian. They're awesome. I mean, it's nothing like beating the best. And like people have said, I don't know if you know this, but their best player, or one of their best players, he's older now, was Sidney Crosby. He was out injured. And that kind of stinks.
Okay.
So they won and he was out, but still, it's like, I mean, yeah, that's part of the sport though. So nobody's going to be like, oh,
Well, huge congratulations to the US for winning and getting the gold. I didn't realize until I listened to the Takeover Tuesday that they haven't won gold since the 1980 Olympics. I didn't realize that. I
yeah,
just figured it was like, again, I know nothing about ice hockey. I just figured that it was like the dream team in basketball. They just won it every time. I just
okay.
kind of assumed it.
Yeah,
So, it's so I didn't realize it was that big a deal, the first time since then.
yeah.
Uh,
They've been
yeah, very, very
close.
cool.
They've been
Mm.
close. That's the thing is they've been to the gold medal game. They lost and the player that was out, Sidney Crosby, he scored in, what was it, 2010, I think it was. He scored that overtime, the golden goal in overtime to
Okay,
win
right.
gold back then against US. Last year they had the Four Nations tournament, which was supposed to be like a preview for the Olympics. And of course, US Canada in the final game, and Canada won, and it's like you're just
Okay.
like, oh. And at USA Hockey, you're just like, okay, all right, try it again. And it was just when God, the kid that scored was it Bowden that
He's like
scored
24, isn't he? He's only young.
no the kid well yeah the golden goal the game winner,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
first goal in
Mhm.
the first period, and he pops it through the D, pops it in the air and steps through them, and I just like flew out of my seat. I was like, oh my God, it was awesome. I'm like, what a move. And then yeah, the game winner, I didn't know what to do. I thought I was going to be all jumping up and down if they won, and I just was like speechless. I went, yeah, I did. I jumped in the air, and then I just like fell to my knees. I was like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, it was awesome.
I did see a little bit of the game when I think it was the US were down to two sort of outfield players, and the Canadians had five or whatever it was, four, whatever it was. So I saw that bit.
Yeah.
Looked interesting. But
Yeah, they went down. They had a 2-man advantage there, and it was
yeah.
you're like, oh boy, here we go. That was scary. That was really
Mm.
scary, and it was like, yeah, all of those. But U.S. didn't give up a single power play goal in the whole tournament, which is huge. But yeah, it was great. And then you see those. I don't know if you've seen the clips of the saves and stuff like that they did.
No, I've
The
only
one
seen
that
little snippets.
the
Yeah.
one that when Hellebuck, the goalie, reaches behind him and stops the puck with the paddle of his stick, and it was like
Gosh.
that. I mean, the puck, it was an empty net, should have gone right in, and yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's the
awesome.
24-year-old guy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen his
Jack
teeth.
Jack
Yeah, yeah.
Hughes.
hmm
That's Jack Hughes, and it's like that's hockey right there. They're like, oh yeah, I don't need teeth to keep playing. I mean, we do that. Like guys in men's league do that. We'll play and we just keep playing, and you're like, whatever, because you don't want. So can you imagine? Like he's not feeling a thing, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. So much fun. So much fun. I mean, I've been dealing with this storm for 2 days, but every free moment I'm like, I can't get enough. I can't get enough listening to it. I can't get enough looking at it. It's just awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
I saw more ice hockey on Sunday morning than I've seen in my entire life.
You guys actually won a gold.
Not in hockey.
Yes. Yeah, it's. I swear it said
We won a gold because our golds were very limited. So we won 2 golds in the skeleton.
Where did I see
thing, and we won a gold in what was the other thing? It was something else. But no, we only had, I think it was 3 golds the entire time because famously, UK, Team GB. No, in this Olympics.
Oh, no,
Team
no.
GB,
This is in history. At some point in history.
Sorry. Right.
At
Oh,
some point in history, it said it had all the gold medals that are won. And it's like Russia had 9. Canada had 9. We now have 3. And we're third with 3. Maybe somebody, I can't remember. Then it goes to like 2. And then there's a few with 1. And I swear it was like GBR. Great Britain has a gold.
Well, it would.
In hockey.
You sure it's not because it's Team GB is how they're known. So we can't have won gold in ice hockey. Can't have.
That's
it's possible, but I'd be amazed. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
because they're like, for us, they're very rare. Winter sports is not something we do very well at. And the golds are kind of. I've met the gold medal winner of the skeleton bob, Amy Williams. I met her a few years ago at a BMW do whilst watching rugby, actually. But they're so rare for Team GB in terms of medals at all. So a gold in hockey, I would have thought we would know. But maybe it was it Germany or something like that? Was it GER?
Wait a minute. No, come on. It's saying yes. I put it through Grok and saying yes, field hockey. But that can't be the one.
That's 88 in Seoul. Yes, we did win gold in that.
In 08, London, England men's first hockey team. No, in 2008. Oh, men's field hockey team won the gold medal in 1908 Summer Olympics in London.
1988, I think we did in Seoul.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I know is because you talk about goalies, Teach. My teacher, 1988, I think it was in Seoul, we won gold in field hockey because Ian Taylor was the goalie. And the reason I know that is he was my PE teacher.
Oh.
And he used to practice in the sports hall with balls being fired at him at like 180 miles an hour with like no pads. And it was insane. And we used to watch this. It was crazy. So I'm sure it's 88 in Seoul. Yeah. Sure it is.
No. I don't know what graphic I saw. Great Britain.
Like I know.
Oh, Great Britain, yes. England specific. So Great Britain won gold in 1936 ice hockey.
Oh, ice hockey. Right.
So what's the difference between England and Great Britain?
Well, Great Britain, England doesn't compete in the Olympics. It's Great Britain.
Okay.
So there's not England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland.
So Great Britain has won a gold medal in hockey. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In 1936, they won.
Mm.
So
that was 24 minutes to 8. No, I'm sorry. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, there we go.
Yeah. So,
that was a while ago. It's not as popular as other sports here now.
No. Well, I said on the show yesterday, I'm like, hockey in this country is like the 6th most popular of the 4 major sports.
Yeah.
It's like, and when I was a kid, I used to hate that. I used to be, and then I was like, why does it matter to me? I like the sport.
So what is it? NFL, baseball, and
the diehard baseball fans would tell you it's our national pastime. Baseball's number 1, but I'd say
so baseball, basketball, football, your football, and then hockey, isn't it? Is it 4?
Yeah, it goes. I mean, it's a drop off. You have baseball and football, and depending on who you talk to, it's number 1. It's 1A, 1B, right? And then is a drop off from hockey to basketball, and then because they're both kind of the winter sports, so you'd have your diehard fans are going to do one or the other, right? And it's so. I played both growing up, but yeah, I've always loved hockey. I honestly, I can't watch basketball. I love playing it, but I saw a comedian once that was like, boom, 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 2-2. This all the way to 100, I'm good. So,
and yet the Celtics traditionally are very good, and they're I've seen the stadium and all that.
Yeah, the Celtics are like the Yankees of baseball, the Canadians of hockey. You know, the Celtics dominated basketball. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and
Alrighty. Shall we get this going then, Deej? Shall we
yeah,
fire it up?
all right, yes, let's fire it up. You want to get right to the show then?
Yeah, let's do
find
this.
our media here. There we go.
We are Brightside Theater.
Hey, home theater nerds, welcome to Brightside Home Theater Podcast, the multi-award-winning and giving home theater podcast. It's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
the scenes.
Nearly there. Better this time. Not quite there yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, you do sound a lot better now that
it's getting there. It's coming back. Less coughing, but still a bit croaky.
a little croaky. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of the multi-award-winning and giving and stuff like that, and our awards, leading up to yesterday's show, having Buzz on, gold medal winner, and Paul, Emmy winner, and Ara, an Oscar winner.
Oscar winner, yeah.
I told Joe about it after US wins the gold. I wasn't going to tell him about Buzz coming on. I was going to surprise him, but then when in the excitement on Sunday, I was like, Joe, guess what? And he's like, I go, and I told him the scenario, and he goes, yeah, but do any of them have a dorky?
True.
You got a dorky. They've got, you got an Oscar winner, an Emmy winner, a gold medal winner, and a dorky winner. So
there's
thanks,
no
Joe.
comparison.
Exactly. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Yep.
But it was cool the way you casually dropped that at the beginning. I was like, oh, man.
Casually. I was dying. Casually. That was anything but casual. Oh,
no,
yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
No, it was a very cool thing to do, and we should thank Paul
absolutely.
again in the main show for setting that up. The only thing I would say, bringing it back to movies, is all this talk about Lake Placid. I'm just thinking of giant crocodiles.
The horror movie.
Yeah. As soon as Paul last week said, "Oh, Lake Placid," and I'm just thinking, "Ooh, Betty White and large crocodiles." But yeah, no, apparently that's not what it was.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was, yeah. I was so excited. He hit me up literally like as soon as we ended the show on Thursday. He's texting me. He's like, look, check your email, this, that. And I'm like, oh my God, let's do it. And then he's like, all right, we got some dates here. He's like, what do you, like, Buzz could do Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. And I was like, well, Tuesday ain't going to work.
Well, it depends on how much he's into home theater.
Yeah, exactly. And then Paul, of course, he's like, I know it's not really a lie. That doesn't matter. I go, I'll find a way. And I did. I found a way. And I'm like, we can talk about that a little bit because we didn't really talk a ton about it. But it really is what it was, how I thought of it. I said that, I think I talked. Yeah, I did. I talked to Paul afterwards when we hung up and everything, when we stopped recording. And I'm like, all of my coaching, everything like that, all the bright side, looking at that and the way we do things, it's, and I say we as in like home theater people, it's, like your theater is in a garage, right? It's not supposed to be there. It's like all our theaters aren't supposed to be there, and you got to think outside the box. And it's just, that's what you do in coaching. That's what you do here. That's what Herb Brooks was doing to try and do his thing. And it's like, and then when you watch Miracle and you see his wife on him, and his wife's like, what if it doesn't work? Are you just going to do this every 4 years? And I'm watching that scene and I'm thinking, yeah, that's us with our theaters. Like, okay, so are we going to do this all the time? Yep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Going down to the theater. You're going to watch something or fix something? Don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, give me 5 minutes. I'll tell you.
I'll see when I get there. So it's, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's all about passion, right? And that's, you
Yep.
know, that's, you know, we talk about movie making and we talk about all the time, like a James Cameron or Christopher Nolan, and then taking their idea, and you have all those, like literally hundreds of people involved in putting that piece of art on the display, on display. And it's like, your idea has to get there. Sports is the same thing, or team sports, I should say. You know, like a sport like hockey, it's like everybody involved. The players are kind of the actors, right? But then the coach is the director. But then before that, you have like Billy Guerin for the USA putting the team together, picking the right players. There's a lot of talk in the US. They didn't even want Jack Hughes on the team. There was people like, why'd they pick him? Because there's players that are better, similar to what happened in 1980. So it's like, where do you go from there? It's like, so it's just, there's so many ways to cross it over, but so much fun.
But who thought, 6 and a bit years ago, you going down to your, under the stairs
Studio under the stairs.
studio, yep, and where that would lead, and the sort of the path that it's led you on. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's I started to say it in the show after, like when we were talking, just me, Ara, and Paul were talking. I've said it before on the show, but this entire thing, it is a product of my family and like how I was raised, my bright side, my dad and everything like that. But it's also my sister Dawn, who she's the one that said like, Deej, and she loves to talk to people. She goes out, and I don't. I stand quietly. I'm like, people think I'm weird, whatever. And I just stand there. And she's like, you never know. You start talking to people, you never know what's going to happen. And she even cited somebody, like one of her friends took her advice. And she's like, next thing she knows, she's being invited all over the country, all over the world. And she met these people. And she goes, just because she took the advice of start talking, just who cares? Talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I was like. It was right before John and I started the podcast. I was like, all right, maybe with that in mind. And like, and look what happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's crazy. It's just from talking to people, and then like-minded people with the same passion end up, like Paul, like I keep saying, like, what are the odds that I would have Buzz Schneider on right after we won gold? But we were in the Olympics. I watched Miracle. I watched the special on Netflix. I did all it. So it's not like a coincidence, but at the same time, it's like, and then Paul, like, hey, I could do something. I'm like, oh my God. All right, let's go. So yeah,
it's
thank
a
you.
wild and crazy ride.
Yep. Isn't it? It's crazy.
Well,
what's next?
Yeah, well, indeed. Yeah. Who's next? We're still waiting for Jake Gyllenhaal to tell us to take down that picture of his paws. It's a matter of time. I had an interesting experience this week as well, which you know about because I told you. But I was in court. So we did the show Thursday. I was in court on Friday. And again, bear in mind, I wrecked my voice during the show on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So I was properly croaking Friday morning. But I was at court, and it was before court started. And I was approached by a prosecutor who's a relatively new prosecutor. He's, he's a nice guy called Christian. And he came up to me because court hadn't begun yet. And he said, Steve, you like movies, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, you do some kind of show about movies and stuff, don't you? And I said, well, it's not my show. It's a friend of mine's show, but yeah, it's a home theater and home cinema. And I said, oh, why'd you ask? He said, oh, I'm interested in it. And I said, okay, well, it's Brightside, and we're on YouTube, and we're on any podcast service you want. And he sort of wrote that down. And he said, yeah, I'm a reviewer for Netflix. And I said, well, what's that?
What does that mean?
And I'd never heard of that before, other than a journalist. But he said, yeah, so what he does, so he is a reviewer. So he says they will send him a link. And he said it comes up on the normal Netflix dashboard. But get this, Deej, it's a completely black panel, doesn't even have the name of what they're about to watch on it. And you click on this black thing, and then up it comes, whatever it might be. And he has to then give his verdict on what he's seen. But they also use them for test screenings. because he says that he reckons that he saw something about a year ago. Frankenstein he saw months and months and months ago, and it wasn't finished. So they had place cards for certain visual effect shots. And he said, so, but we can, we give the feedback on it, and then, on they go. And I said, how'd you get involved with that? And he said to me, and he may well be listening or tuning in, and hi, Christian, if you are. And he said to me, I woke up one morning and I thought, I hate the law, but I really like movies. So what can I do in the movie sphere? And he said, and he went online and found this, and then that was that.
Wow.
Yeah. So a bit different. So yeah.
Did he tell you what, we talked briefly about it, and it was like, so he gets them before we get them. So like, do they do edits after he views it? Like, is he one of,
it's like a test audience.
Test audience, right?
Yeah.
So has he so he's seen obviously ahead of time, and it's like, did he give you any examples of like something that was different or something that changed, something like that?
Yeah, no, he didn't give me any specifics, and I was a bit, because we'd only just started talking about it, and I was a bit loath to ask because I don't know about NDAs, and I obviously we'd be able to be a bit careful what we say on on air as well. But he's certainly seen some of their big hitters months, if not years, before they come out.
Yeah.
And then gets to give feedback. But the other interesting topic, which we did talk about as well, you and I, is one of the questions I asked him is there a minimum system requirement that you need to have to be able to give these viewpoints? And I was thinking to myself, because if you're watching it on a laptop, mobile phone, whatever, how can you then give constructive feedback about how you emotionally felt in a scene, or assuming that's what they're asking, and I think they are.
Yeah. So
how can you do that when you're watching it on this? And initially I was thinking, well, surely it should be a minimum of 65-inch screen and a Dolby Atmos rig. But you said something really smart, and I think that actually,
wow, twice the one. Thank you. I'm out.
Yeah, there you go. No, but you did, because when you think about it, because that was my first thought. But then having spoken to you, and then having thought about it, and actually I spoke to Christian again yesterday, 99% probably of Netflix's audience are watching it on phones, laptops, small screens.
Yeah.
Maybe 1%, are watching it like we do, and that's a big maybe.
Right.
So I suppose it behooves Netflix, doesn't it, to approach it for the masses, not the minors, as it were.
Yeah.
And so when I thought about it, and again, you were the one that gave me that idea. That then makes more sense. But I can't help but think, if I were a filmmaker, even though I'm making a movie for Netflix, and we've got to be, and of course we talked about how it changes if you're watching something at home to theatrically in terms of how they structure it. I must admit, as a filmmaker, I think I would be very unhappy to know that the studio are taking notes that they're going to give to me on someone watching it on a phone or a laptop. Now, I'm not saying that's what Christian does.
Right.
Like he doesn't have a home theater, but he does have a something that he watches it on. But wouldn't you find that, as an artist, restricting? No. If I said to you, paint me a picture, Deej, I want a 6 foot by 6 foot picture. And I said, but I'm only going to look at the bottom right 4 inches of their 6 foot by 6 foot picture.
Right.
Would you not be thinking, you as an artist, what the bloody hell? I'm not taking your feedback on that, because you're not getting the whole experience.
Well, no. So, no, I wouldn't take offense or anything, because in the idea that, like, say it was it became a print, right? And you bought my print, and then you went home and only looked at the bottom right corner. Okay. That's the part of my piece of art that spoke to you that made you want to buy it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it, it's not even about the money, but the fact that you wanted it enough to the point that, like, okay, you're viewing my print, you're happy with that bottom right corner, whether it's a postage stamp size or whatever, but that's the piece of my art that really spoke to you, and you bought it. Right. Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The rest of it I did for me, and it'll speak to other people. Other
Okay.
people will enjoy that. So to the point that, and I've said this how many times on the show, like Ron Howard mentioning in Apollo 13, or how awesome it is that, yes, we are the 1% that has enough equipment to take full advantage, or as much advantage as we can, of the full piece of art that's given to us, right? The bean counters would tell you, don't worry about surround sound because they're watching on their phones. The accountants are like, why are we wasting money on that? We've said this on the show before.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fact that they still do it, the fact that the accountants and the people that the money is put into it for us, right? And now it's not even. Back in the day, you used to be able to say, well, Star Wars goes to the theater, and Lucas wants to have the grand stage. He wants 70 millimeter. He wants the surround sound in the theater. But now we're talking streaming. This is never getting to the theater, and they're giving us Atmos. They're giving us great surround sound that only 1% of their audience is taking advantage of.
And that's a conservative estimate, isn't it?
Exactly.
It might be less than 1%.
It's probably I would say about 1%. And then I would say it's probably 10% to 20% are actually taking advantage of a sound bar and a TV in the living room. But I would say 70 to 80% of it are phones and laptops and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the reviews of that are just as important and just as valid, right? And it's like, I don't know if when I heard Damon and Affleck on Rogan,
yeah.
they were saying like Netflix will gives them notes like in their writing, and this is where like Christian might be watching on a laptop or a phone or whatever, where they're looking at the story, and it's like, is this can you follow along? And like Damon was saying, like, yeah, we get to, like, don't be afraid to reiterate or what the story is about, multiple times through, because people are watching on their phones and going back to work, and then they come back to it, and then they come back. So it's a different way they have to deliver their message, their art, because of the attention span of people watching it. Whereas people like us, we're trying to sit down, enjoy it like a regular movie. It might seem a little bit, that's where we get in our reviews, it'd be like, well, it's kind of a little redundant and like the way they keep doing it, but there's a reason for all of this. And they're in it to make money, but I'm not going to fault them for writing that way when they're still giving us like as good as they can give us Atmos and the picture and the HD and everything and the HDR and everything they're doing. And it's like, for 1%? It's a horrible business decision. Sorry, Netflix. Sorry, I hope they're not listening to me, which I know they're not. But you know what I mean? But think about it. It's like you can make just as much money by cutting all that out, and everybody just going, it's on my phone. Give it,
Yeah. Who cares about the 1%?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares?
Yeah.
So,
but he
crazy.
I mean, that did then trigger a very interesting conversation whilst the magistrates were coming in, actually, about the quality of Netflix versus Apple versus Amazon. And he's with us 100% on that. He's like, oh, Apple. Oh my God, it's amazing. But it was very interesting. And then, as I say, so when I saw him yesterday, first thing in the morning, he said, Steve. He said, it took me a while to find it. He said, but I've subscribed. So,
nice.
Hello, Christian, if you're listening and watching. Or,
took a while to find it.
Well, he, of course, Brightside is, if you don't, it's bright side, all in one, separate words, capital B, lower, it can cause issues. As we found out when I tried to link via Twitter earlier in the week. Well, it was someone else entirely, wasn't it? It was Bright Side.
On that. But if you just Google Home Theater Podcast, we usually come up like third or fourth, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's HT. Yeah, here we go. I just did it. First one, HT guys. Then us. Apple Podcast,
we got
Brightside
silver
Home
medal.
Theater.
Indeed.
AV Rant was right after us, and then us again. And then the top 10 home theater podcasts to listen to in 2025. Number 1, HT guys. Number 2, Home Theater United. Number 3, us.
Bronze medal. Right,
So
fair enough.
we got a bronze, yeah. And then Home Theater Geeks Audio was number 4. And that's where it ends, right there. That's FeedSpot Podcast. That's just by Googling Home Theater Podcast, and I just clicked on this. So, yeah.
Well, there we go. So, but he has found it anyway, and he's subscribed.
Nice.
And I think he said his wife's going to subscribe as well.
So
So
if they got a dog
word
that can
spread.
listen to more numbers, the better.
Oh yeah. I mean, so Paul F says sounds like a perfect retirement gig someday. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be quite. I don't. Do you know what? I don't know if I'd like it or not. I think I'd get a kick out of it initially, but I think I'd very quickly get tired because I want to see it properly.
I'd rather
don't
do
wanna see a
this as a
half-assed
retirement
version.
gig.
I agree
Turn
with you.
this into a retirement gig.
Yes. Yeah.
Go to
I'd-
patreon.com/Breakside Home Theater. Help
Let's
us
retire
out.
now.
We're trying to retire. I'm trying to pay for a house, so
well,
then I can
indeed.
retire.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't mind retiring earlier. That works for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'd enjoy that so much. I want to see it complete. I don't want to see a half-assed version of it. I want to see it done, and I'm not. And then I'll give my opinion on it, which we do anyway. Even though Oh, and by the way, they don't get paid for that. It's all voluntary. They don't. There's no payment for it at all.
Do you get
it's all just
Netflix
for the
for
love of the
free
game.
or anything, or no?
I don't think so. I think you just get the chance to see this stuff early and give your opinion on it. But I'm not sure that's for me. But it was fascinating to know because I did not know they did that. And if anyone else knows whether Apple do it or Amazon do it, I'd be curious to know.
I'm sure they all do it. I'm sure they all do it. It's
Disney Plus. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's that. They're not just throwing something out there willy nilly and hoping for the best.
yeah,
They'll do that. It's like I don't think I could do that. I wouldn't want to like you said. It's like you get it halfway. Like you're all right. Well, and what if you liked the version that you got, and then they're like the test audience, everybody else is like change it, and you're like, oh, that stinks. You should have seen their other version. It was so much better. I don't know. Yeah. It's
all right. Well, shall I say hi to everyone in the chat?
Let's hit
let's
the
quickly
chat.
do that. Sorry, if I could stay alive long enough. Right. Okay. So, old school kung fu films was in quite a bit earlier. So I don't know if he's still in. If so, higher. He's first in according to this. Mikey was in. Tell Mikey. Dom's bonsoir. Dom has forsaken us to go and watch the extremely mediocre Return to Silent Hill. So we won't hold it against you too much.
There's the
Dom,
movie Steve didn't like, the horror movie.
Not one for me. That one I haven't seen it, but it looks awful. Steve Batts in the chat. Hey, Steve Batts. I mean, I've seen the other Silent Hill movie and I really enjoyed that, but this one apparently is dreadful. So let us know, Dom.
Yeah.
Captain 83's in. Hey, Captain, my Captain. Obviously, Paul F's in, as we've said. Yeah. Jordan's in, having spent a lot of money on physical media this week. Michael Piantadosi's in. Good to see you, Mike. He tweeted me earlier today to ask if we were doing the show today or on Thursday.
Oh,
so no, we'll be there
we got
tonight.
everybody on their toes.
Oh yeah, and Holger's in. Hey, Holger. We've got Rach is in as well. I saw Rach. Travis dropped in as well. Hey, Travis.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, talking about various hockey games, I think.
I didn't even see. Where's Travis? I didn't even see.
There you go. See that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Youngblood beat Rack. Oh my God, I keep looking. I love that movie, Youngblood. I watched that on a loop when I was a kid. I used to watch. I had the VHS tape, and then I'd practice in my room. The thing he does where he picks the puck up and he. I practice that in my bedroom. Oh my God, I almost broke the window so many times.
And we've got Blind Guy in as well. Do your usual DJ. There you go, good man.
There you go. What's up, Blind Guy?
Hello, the S is in. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Van Gool's in. Hey, buddy. And I think I saw a couple. Paul's in as well. Hey, Paul Hurt. So yeah, fair few in. The numbers I don't think reflect the numbers that are actually in there because I think Twitter's being a bit funny again, isn't it? So
yeah, Twitter's now. I'm up on Twitter, but you aren't. And then there's
mine says it's on. That's weird. Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, it's on, but it's it's just. So
I've just said hello to more people than the numbers on the screen.
I know.
So it's all a bit odd. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Old School's still in. Good man. Good to see you, buddy.
Did you say hello to Eli? I didn't hear.
Elihu Diaz.
Eli.
Said hi to him.
Okay.
Also, though, again, as I sometimes remember to say, if you are tuning in and if you're listening in and if it's your first time or you've been doing it forever and never said hello, just drop into the chat, say hi. We like to know who's out there and where you are, and especially if you're a penguin, because we really do we need someone in the Arctic.
Yeah,
so, let us know.
I haven't even looked at that in a while. But going along those lines, you know what we haven't had in a long time? And now I'm going to look right now, and it's probably going to be one. But where did it go? Where is it? We haven't had any review. Yep, 2 years ago was our last review on Apple, at least in the States. In the States, remember we found out that like you there's reviews on Apple, like you showed me some over there that I don't see, but in the States, the last one came from Skippy Turtle 2 years ago.
Oh,
2 years ago.
Okay, so those in the chat, you know what you need to do.
Jeez, 5-star, or I mean, let's see, is it still there? Is it still there? Let's see, 42 ratings.
Like listening to
Paint
Dolby
Dry and Dolby Digital. Didn't even know anything about Atmos at the time. That was 7 years ago. Dominic Hendricks. Thanks, Dom. Appreciate it. It was awesome.
Cheers,
It's like listening, 1-star review. It's like listening to Paint Dry and Dolby Digital.
And it's inspired a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then the one above it. This guy is passionate about theater viewing. It's like, that's all he could say. It's 5-star, but it sounds like, oh my God, this guy's passionate about theater viewing. So, yeah.
As we say, all reviews are good. So, yes, you know what to do if you haven't left a review. It's not Apple TV, Mike. It's on Apple Apple iTunes.
iTunes.
The podcast. The podcast thing.
Yep.
So if you can leave a review, we'd always appreciate
Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Or, I mean,
and
I'm sure
Spotify
I haven't even looked on Spotify or any of the other ones, but I should check those out too. I know on our Pod Home, who hosts our stuff, they don't have any analytics from Spotify. They don't give them out to anybody. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So everything we have is let me see if we're still at 71. Where do people listen? 73. Up to
2 more countries. Which 2?
2 more countries. Let's see. We added.
Drum roll.
Yeah, I still don't have that sounder yet. Chile and Malaysia. Yep.
It's the time of year. It is Chile and Malaysia. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So we picked up after China. China was the last one of those 71st country. So now 72 is Chile, 73 is Malaysia. So, yep.
We're reaching out, Deej.
There we go.
It's a broad church.
73 countries around the world.
Crazy, isn't it? It is kind of crazy.
It's like I really want to get, like, I mean, if we could just get anybody, I mean, obviously from, Antarctica, but if we could get Russia just to color that part, because it colors in everybody. That's a huge section. Just somebody step over the border, tune in, and step out. There you go. That's all you got to do.
Don't get arrested. Don't get shot. Don't get poisoned.
Don't even step over the border. Just put your phone over the edge.
There you go. And stay on the ground floor, because anyone going above the ground floor tends to fall out the windows. Very easily fall out of them in Russia.
Yeah.
So,
Kazakhstan we need, Mongolia, Iran, Afghanistan.
Didn't we have one in Iran? I thought we did.
No, I think we grabbed Iraq.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think we grabbed, we got Saudi Arabia, Iraq. We have 2 in Iraq. None in Iran.
Oh, man. See, it's so
we haven't gotten Syria yet, but we have Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Algeria. I'm just going through the different, like, on the continents now. We have Burkina Faso. I didn't even know that was a country.
Burkina Faso. Yeah, Burkina Faso. Yeah, it's Africa.
Faso. Yeah, I know it's in Africa, but yeah. Nigeria, Ghana, 10. Angola, 1. Kenya, 1. South Africa, 8.
It sounds like you're reading the football scores, Deej. Angola 1.
Well,
Saudi
it's going to
Arabia,
change. Australia, 1,268.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That was a high scoring game.
Indonesia, 3.
Okay, there you go.
Australia beat Indonesia 1,268 to 3. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Holger says, without talking about Russia, TC2, not a good idea.
Let's see. What do we got?
As long as you've got a somersaulting tank, then you're fine.
Yeah. United Kingdom, 2,457.
Wow.
So there you go. There you go. Yeah, Argentina 2. So, all right. We've been our little short trip around the world. Sweden, 129. Norway, 161. There you go. So
What about Finland? Is Finland in there?
Finland, yeah, I think everybody. Belarus, Latvia, no. Belarus, I'm looking at the no's. Ukraine, no. Romania, no. Serbia, no. Bosnia and Herzegovina, no. Where Denmark, Germany, 777. Belgium, 1. Remember Belgium for the longest time did not. They were the only one in that area. Where is it?
We keep talking Sisu. The least the Finns can do is
What
follow
did
us.
who did you
Finland.
ask for?
Finland.
Iceland 2.
Okay.
We got 2 from Iceland. And what'd you say, Finland?
Yeah. Because Sisu is the Finnish word, isn't it, for courage or indefinable courage?
Sisu. Looking for it. Where the heck is it? Don't tell me it's one.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't worry.
Cripes. Just way zoomed in on Armenia. Where we have
Well,
it's like it like went down to somebody's driveway. It got so close. It's like, what the heck
did
is
they
this?
wave?
Yeah, exactly. So all right, I gotta back out of this. So let's do home theater experience. The thing went crazy. All right. I don't actually. What do I have from this week? I don't
We've got 2 you can talk about. Definitely. Well, 3 potentially. Did you watch the 4.5 hour?
No,
special?
I haven't
No,
had
we'll
a
keep
chance
that
to
then.
really.
Let's keep that.
Yeah, we'll keep that one. I haven't had
Okay.
a chance to do anything between the snow, getting ready for the snow, then the
Yeah,
snow,
man.
and obviously the Olympics.
Okay, well, look, I've got plenty. Let's start with the
okay.
movie then that you never want to see as long as you live.
Okie dokie. Here we
That's
go.
it. I love how you know it straight away.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's do this. Here we go.
Okay. Right
Oh,
then.
hang on.
Oh.
Remove that.
Okay, so here we have then, kicking things off this week, is the 2025 movie Good Boy, which is on 4K UHD disc, only DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, which is annoying, but still. And this came out here last week. I think it was last Monday. Maybe it might have been the week before. And this then is a horror movie. It's a directorial debut, horror movie told entirely from the perspective of a dog. Now, if that sounds like a gimmick, it's because it is.
Well, yeah.
And what we have then is a person who may or may not be emotionally falling apart, has his pet dog, goes to his dad's cabin in the woods, and wouldn't you know it, the cabin might be haunted. Yes, that's one of those.
Oh.
But and to try and give it something other than what we've already very much seen, we tell it from the point of view of the dog. Now, it's had a lot of good reviews. A lot of people really like it. Jordan is one of them, I do believe. And it's certainly, the box is covered with glowing reviews. And I went into it with some trepidation, not for the same reasons you would, Deej. I mean, and I should say, the distributors and the filmmakers, before the movie came out, after the release of the trailers, were forced to put out a press release that says nothing happens to the dog. Okay, so they were concerned people wouldn't go because they were worried something would happen to the dog. So they said, dog doesn't die, dog is fine, just so you know. So anyway, so I went in with some reservations. I'm not a big haunted house kind of fan. I'm not really into that particular subgenre, really. And also recently it's been done to death with all the Conjuring and Sinister movies, and every other movie of late has done this to death. So I watched it, and I have to say I was underwhelmed by the movie. It is a gimmick. The dog thing
Didn't work for you?
Doesn't work, because of course they don't see things the way we see them. So from the point of view, that's weird as well. But I found it, a bit tiresome, to be honest. Very middle of the road. By the end of it, it was like, yeah, okay, seen it, fine. Probably won't see it again anytime soon. I think the only time I dig it out of the collection will be if someone said, "Oh, I've heard about this horror film with a dog." Then I think I'd watch it again with them, but I don't think I'd see it again myself. Now, in terms of the audio video, the video is good. It's a digitally shot movie. It is a directorial debut, but the person filming it clearly knows what they're doing. So whilst it's quite dark at times, it's never less than sharp. Everything looks good. The black levels are fine. It looks okay for what it is. The audio is perfunctory. You get your bang, crash, wallet, jump scare types, but nothing that really leapt off the screen to me. And my overwhelming feeling of it, having lived with it now for a couple of weeks, is it came, it went, and that's it. So yeah, I personally didn't love it. And certainly, Deej, it's not one for you, mate, because not only is it not, you have to worry about the dog, but also it's not really that great a movie either. I personally don't think.
So what's funny, like you said, like it's weird doing it from the perspective of a dog. Did they really like humanize like the thoughts of the dog?
No, not at all. No, not at all. So no, it just, you just see that the dog repeatedly walks into a room. I mean, this is how cliched it is. So a dog repeatedly walks into the room, right? And then you sort of see a shadow. And then
the
shadow's
like the image that we have.
Yeah, it's kind of the shape of something. And then it cuts back to the dog. And then the dog looks back again. And then the shadow's there. And then it cuts back to the dog, cuts back, shadow's gone. And you're like, and this is like what's building tension, and it does that again and again and again.
So the dog is the only one in the house that sees it's haunted, is what you're saying?
Yes, he is.
Like kind of like they've done the movies where the kid is the only one, and they're like, "Mom, like there's something in the TV," like.
Well, it's interesting you say that because the director. Well, two things. One, the director says Poltergeist was an inspiration for that, and also the movie begins with a shot of TV static. So clearly,
a
nod to Poltergeist, no question. Yeah, but so they don't. The dog
did the dog chase the tennis ball through and.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It just was very, very middle of the road. And I did want to enjoy it more than I did, but within about half an hour, I'm like, okay. Oh, by the way, also, here's another question. How long does a film have to be, or indeed how short does a film have to be, when it's no longer a film? Because this is 77 minutes long.
Oh. An hour and 7 minutes?
Yeah, so
hour
I mean,
and 17
a short
minutes?
film?
Wow.
Yeah, it's very short.
Well, a lot of animated ones are that short. You got a lot of the animated movies are like an hour, 20 minutes. DC doing their, and I mean, they do great animated features, DC with the superhero stuff.
Yeah.
They're all about, typically they're about an hour 20. So,
but it's very, very short for it. And again, that says to me, it's a gimmick. There's only so much you can do with a dog's POV, and I think that reinforced it to me.
So
I was aware of that before I even started watching it. So
So does the dog is the ad right? Like, do they say like nothing happens to the dog? He just sees the haunting, and then everything happens to other people. Yeah,
there is a moment where he's grabbed. But he doesn't. But the dog doesn't die. I mean, I'll say that now. I don't. It might be a spoiler, but the distributors were happy to say that, so I think we can.
Yeah.
So the dog doesn't die. Doesn't become possessed. Doesn't start talking. There's none of that. Which is a shame. I think if Sam Raimi had hold of this, it probably would start talking. But that doesn't happen. It's all it's just so cliched. We've seen it all a million times before, and the only thing different is, well, you're seeing it like as the dog sees it, and that's literally it. And I wonder if this is a calling card for a better movie to come. The director's using this as a stepping stone. It is the director's own dog, by the way, and I think it did take like 3 years to film because it took hours to get one shot. That's why
it's only an hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's exactly that. Because he's not a trained dog. He's not a film dog. It's the director's own dog, and apparently it took them 14 hours to get one shot. On like one day.
Yeah, you keep waiting for the dog to walk in the room, and you're like, "Come on, boy."
How long must it take to get a dog to go?
Oh, well, there's your title right there. It's like every take was good boy. All right, another one.
Yeah, good, but moving on.
Moving on. Another take 2. Can we get that? Never mind. We're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're shooting multicam here because what?
So it's a lot of work, clearly,
Yeah.
for a movie that's very, very mediocre, in my view. But Jordan, again, as I said, I know he liked it. So he said, I personally really like Good Boy. Say what you will, it's been a massive hit, considering it's low budget, and on Shudder, it's still in the top 10, which is fine, and maybe that's where to see it.
Yeah.
Your streamer, Friday night, few beers. Oh, look, what's this? Oh, that'll do. It's only an hour and 20 minutes or hour and 10 minutes. So therefore I can watch that while I wait for my pizza to arrive. It's kind of, maybe that is its natural home.
Yeah.
But for home theater, it was a bust for me. Just not terrible, but just not that great. I'm sorry to say.
That's okay. They can't all be winners, Steve.
I wish they could be, though.
Yeah. Well, then how would we distinguish?
True. That is true. That's true.
All righty then. Let's see. All right. What do we got? Now, let me see if I have anything else in here.
Okay. Otherwise, there's a couple that you can talk about, I think.
Do I have anything that's left over? We have this one that I did see that we could talk about together.
Yeah, I think is this the Leo one?
Yes, we have that one.
Yeah.
I already talked about.
Do you want to? Is that a show title, though, do you think?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, we could do that one. Do you think
that's an awards bother of that one?
That's
just one BAFTA.
That's just quite a conversation too.
Do you want to leave that for a bit then, or do you want to?
We'll leave that one. So
so we've then got one we've talked about already this evening, which is the other one that you've seen. There we go.
There we go.
Let's do that one then, so I can tell you how right you were.
Yeah, I'm loving these past couple days. Jeez, I gotta go play a lottery ticket.
Okay then, so this one is SISU2 on 4K disc. Hi Mr. Briggs.
Yeah.
Senior. Yeah. Big D. This is SISU2, Sisu2, which we have talked about a bit. We talked about the theatrical version. You reviewed the Kaleidoscape version a while back. Mm-hmm. And now I finally caught up with the 4K disc last week, I think it was. And just to reiterate for those that may not remember, you were very impressed with you enjoyed the movie again on Kaleidoscape. Yes. I remember that. You were impressed with how it looked, mm-hmm. and mildly impressed with how it sounded, but were clear that even this early in the year, that this was not going to make your top 10 audio or HD experiences of the year.
Whereas Sisu, the first SISU, was like literally was
from minute one. We were
exactly. It was an amazing, both audio and video was an amazing experience.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I now watched it again on disc, and this is then the only the second time I've seen it after the cinema. And I am here to tell you, I agree with you 100% about this movie. So, firstly, I do enjoy it again. I had a great time with the film. I do like the movie. I think it's a fun sequel. Yeah, it's a very different sequel in terms of to the first movie. This is much more comedic. There is genuine humor in this, and there's very little of that in the first one. Even to the point where, dare I say it, and I did say it when I reviewed the theatrical version, it is a bit Tom and Jerry at times, or Itchy and Scratchy if you want to go with the violence.
Yeah,
because it's gone complete. There is no attempt at any sort of thing to this. It is deliberately comedic at times. It's deliberately over the top. But I do like it for that, and it is a lot of fun, and I really did enjoy it second time round. The video, I agree with you again. It looks beautiful, and as it opens, there's a lovely shot of the truck that he's driving, and it's driving towards the sunset, and you've got this burnt orange, beautifully glowing sunset. And I don't know if you noticed, Steve, if you look, there is a windmill, and on the windmill there is a sail, and someone is hanging from one of the sails. And I didn't notice that at the theaters. Well, I noticed it on this because of how sharp it is. It's right in the distance, but it's there. And so much detail.
Yeah.
The blood, the guts, the gore,
Oh.
the makeup effects, all look absolutely awesome. Even when it's dark,
Yeah.
it all looks really good. So it's beautiful.
That shot, literally the shot that I commented on it when I saw it in the theater, and then seeing it at home when they had the cameras kind of in the back seat when he shoots the guy in like the back of his head.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's just the detail.
Trippy.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God. It
Yes.
was,
Yeah. Well, every close up is so revealing.
Oh.
It is a Sony disc, by the way. Should say that. And so you get this. Yeah, it's gorgeous looking, so detailed. I never sort of caught a pixel out of place with how it looks. The problem, and it is a fairly significant problem, is the audio. Now, and the bizarre thing is, and Carl Ellsworth tweeted me to ask me, is this in Atmos, Steve? Because the first one famously wasn't, other than on Kaleidoscope. And I responded to Carl and said, yeah, it is. And I sent him a picture of the back of the box. So I was expecting Sony level awesomeness from this, because the first film is, even without Atmos, looks and sounds great. This one has the ability to sound awesome, and it should do. And it starts quite well with the rumble of the truck over the head. And you think, okay, that's quite bassy. And then it all goes a little bit, quiet's the wrong word, but like, for instance, the power of this track.
yeah.
So be that the gunshots, the bass, whatever it might be, seems buried in the mix when the music is on. And there's a lot of music in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the music is heightened and the effects are buried in the mix. So it's more emphasis seems to be on the music than the effects work. And I think that's really noticeable. And for those of us that want the cacophony of noise, you don't get it. Yeah. And I genuinely think it's noticeable, and it really does. What the other one's a 5-star mix, the first one. This one I think is a 3 for me. To give it a popcorn thing, whatever you want to give it, but to me, it's an okay mix, but it's not a demo one, and there's nothing in this, unlike the first one, that I would take this off the shelf and say, listen to this. There's nothing in this that would get me to demo this over the first one, or indeed any one of a number of the discs. So I am overall disappointed, because I wanted more from this movie and from this audio mix, but it's still good. It's just not great.
Yes.
And it should be great.
Yeah.
it ain't.
Especially coming from the first one. That's what makes it so difficult. It's like it's loud, it could be louder. It's dynamic, it could be more dynamic. Dynamicer, yeah. Dynamicism. But like you were saying about the music, and I think sometimes the music can make it sound a little flatter, if that makes sense, like not as dynamic, because music typically isn't as dynamic as movies are. It just the nature of what it is. It's like they don't mix it that way. Paul Hurt can speak to that better than we can, but it's this movie just didn't have it. You were just like, as it went on, and like when you first started, you're excited for it, and your text to me was like, when you first started it, like,
truck over the top.
Yeah, you're like, this is great, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's gonna be, and I was like, oh, maybe I heard a different mix, and then afterwards you were like, nope, because as you get going in it, you start to feel like you're like, wait a minute, that could have been deeper, that could have been louder, that could have been this, it was just some in a movie there's not a lot of dialogue, right? And it's like, so I don't know.
It is odd,
but it is good. It is good. But Paul in the chat has he's like, the 4K is pricey. If the audio isn't referenced, then maybe I'll buy it on Apple TV and forget the disc. It's actually not a bad option with this one. It's still a good audio mix, and you're not going to drop a lot like a lot of quality by going to the Apple, version of it. I mean, it is a little bit brighter. The brightness, the dynamics of the picture is compromised in streaming, but it's not as great, and you're still going to get a great image.
Yes.
But yeah, and then at the very least, wait for it to go on sale and then just grab.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
disc,
it's not that pricey here. It's the same price as a normal 4K release. It's $24.99 here.
Yeah.
So it's not pricier than any other disc that comes out, really. It's interesting. Michael says in the chat, he says
I just
the first one is lacking. Yeah. So it's not just us.
Huh.
Yeah. And yet what's interesting is I've seen 2 reviews, one from the website we always go to initially, but also from another one that gave it 5 stars for its audio.
Huh.
So I don't know. I don't know what they're watching it on, and you don't know what they're comparing it to. So you've always got to be a bit wary with that. But there is definitely something missing in this mix. In fact, this is as confusing as it was for Twisters.
Yeah,
same thing. It's kind of you're expecting one thing.
Great example.
You get something else, and so it's a bit nonplussed. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, which makes me like, I don't know. Would we be talking like this if the first one didn't exist? Probably, because it is. But like, a great example is Twister to Twisters, and we just gotten Twister, and it was like, that was amazing. It's like something we didn't even know we wanted, and it was just, oh my god. And then Twisters comes out, and you're like, all right, let's go. Huh? It's just it just didn't have the punch that you were expecting. And it doesn't. And again, neither one is bad, but it's not that it's not. It's not even that it's not good. It's good. It's just not as good. It's not as good as it could have been, or its predecessor is.
Yeah. Paul then says, so again, Paul is our guru with this stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, so modern mix technology has made it very easy now to over process mixes and use that as a substitute for actually making mix decisions. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
You know what, Paul? In the days when there was a rush to release movies, for a date, it's like we need it by now. We need it by now. I can, and a movie that would have been comparatively low budget, I can see that rush to get it out there. And again, I agree with you, Paul. I think that could well be a reason for it, and would explain why it's buried in the mix. The effects are strange. By the way, the other thing I will say, it says on there, deleted scene, alternate ending. This has to be, and I've seen a few movies in my time, Deej.
A little bit.
That has to be the most pointless extra alternate ending I've ever seen.
Did you see it? You watched the ending? You watched the alternate ending?
Yeah. 40 seconds long, and nothing happens.
What?
Honestly, it's worth seeing for how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, you see why it's the alternate ending.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like, we can't have that 40 seconds. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
Very odd. Very odd. But there we go. So yeah, I can't recommend it, and it won't be in my top 10 either. And I think by the end of the year, Deej, we won't even remember this.
No,
as
sadly.
a possible. Yeah, it will be
sadly
buried in the mix.
Yeah,
of all the others. So but there we go.
Paul saying again in the chat. Paul Hurt saying, he's like, he goes, and you'll always get someone telling you to, quote, make it louder, really in your face, end quote, which tends to encourage fader chasing, where you just keep pushing everything up. And that's not dynamics, though, right? It's like that's like, I mean, everything can be louder, but if everything's like rising tides, raise all boats, that's not what we want in our audio. Right. No. It's like everything goes up and you're like, it's just loud and in your face. But what makes a track great is the sudden the dynamics. It's like it goes from a normal conversation to a big boom and then down to quiet, and you get that up and down in audio levels. That's what you're looking for. And then, if it's just not there, and part of that could be, like you were saying earlier, with the music being so prevalent, it's like a lot of that is the setup too. Like they have to bring it down a little bit, and it's like it's kind of like if you're watching a comedy or listening to a comedian and he just starts cracking up before he tells you the joke, and you're like, okay, yeah, and then the joke comes and you're like, it's not as funny. Whereas if you didn't see it coming and you didn't, you know what I mean? He brings you down and then he bam punches you with the joke. You're like, oh my God, that's so funny. It's a lot of it is the setup in audio too. And they do the same thing with picture too. It's like they'll have a really bright scene, go to a dark scene, and then go bam, and you're like, oh, it's how to manipulate your mind and your senses. So they just didn't do it.
Yeah. So Paul F saying it's $43 on Amazon in the US. He doesn't see a cheaper one.
Yeah.
Wow, is that new release price now over there? That can't be.
No, it's got to be coming down. Yeah, that'll come down.
That is expensive.
I wouldn't get that. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that.
Oh
either.
man, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that obviously, not getting political, but tariffs are, biting.
Yeah, but it's in the country. It's already in the country.
But if they've printed the disc in Mexico, and it's come over because that's where they're replicating them, aren't they, for North America? Is that adding to? I mean, I know. I've no idea, but here they haven't really changed in price. But that's a whopping price over there. Yeah, from Amazon as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait for
it to come down. Wait for it to come. Yeah, wait for that one. But
well, there we go. Here we go. Anyway, happy.
Still a great movie. That's the movie. I like that movie story better than the first one. I liked the story better because I like the way it ends up, and like you said, I felt like it was more more comedic value, but I also thought it had more emotion to it too, especially the way it ends and everything like that.
Yeah, well, and at the beginning when he's walking through the house, and sees the photos and the markings on the door of his kids. Yeah, the rip-roaring rampage of revenge is cool, but I like any movie where they're killing Nazis. We've got to love that.
All right. What would you like to do next?
Actually, well, Paul just says it's the Steelbook. That explains it.
Oh, okay.
Fine. But it doesn't see another version. Weird.
Yeah,
okay.
There'll be another version eventually.
Yeah, there's a standard release over here, so it's got to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you like?
What do I want to do next? So much to choose from. Let's do.
What is this one?
Yeah, let's do. Okay. Deej, I'll be amazed to find out what you think of this. You will know this one.
Oh.
You will know it.
Yeah. All right. I just saw it on the side. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. I thought it was an animated feature, by the way.
There's a bit of that. Yeah. Actually, I've got a confession to make with this, which is going to make me unpopular without my fellow Britishers.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no. All right. Here we go.
Right. So, yes, ladies and gents, this is the newish here 50th anniversary
50
Steelbook edition of Monty Python, not Monty Python.
Yeah.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Now, my confession, and this is where I'm going to upset, as I say, all my fellow Britishers, is this was the first time I'd seen it.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I had my buddy Christian. Funny, that name's coming up big time. Christian, one of my best friend, and from junior high school into college, everything. He wrote in his year. You can put stuff in your yearbook, not like wrote in it, but it's like next to his name forever. It's like favorite memory, watching the Monty Python's Holy Grail. I'm like, and you only get so many blocks and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, did you date a girl or something? And I'm not talking out of school here, no pun intended. I literally said it to him. I was like, that's forever, buddy. I'm like, that's going in here. Monty, I was like, it's good, but it ain't that good.
Well, I mean, well, there's that document. See under extras there where it says "'Tis but a tribute." 50 years of Holy Grail is like a 10-minute talking headpiece of all the different celebrities going, love it, seen it, love it, lived with it forever.
Can't make it today.
100 times. Yeah. Well, So yeah, it was the first time I'd seen it. And what's even more bizarre is one of my favorite comedies of all time, if not my favorite comedy of all time, is Monty Python's The Life of Brian, which I've seen hundreds of times, and I
How did you
absolutely
miss?
adore it. I know. I wish
Isn't
I
this
knew.
bigger? I don't know which one's
This
the more
was-
popular.
This was first. I think this was first. No, sorry. Oh God, you know what? I think Life of Brian was first. I did look as well. I looked it up. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, guys, bear with me a minute. I need to check on this because I think
Hang on.
this was first, and then I think Life of Brian was after. Life of Brian.
Yeah, Life of Brian was after
1979.
79.
Yeah, 79. Yeah. So, okay. So, but I love that film. And as I said, I've seen it many times. I could quote that film all day long. But somehow this had just never sort of come into my orbit. I knew it existed. I knew your mother, was a hamster and your dad smells of elderberries. I'd heard that. I knew about the Knights That Say Knee, and the Black Knight, was just a flesh wound. I'd heard of all of those and I'd seen all that, but I'd never seen this. And so I sat down, and this is a steelbook, and it's a Sony one, and I missed the UK release, which is sold out. Cannot get it. But I got this from Italy. And and the funny thing is, it was less than the price of a new release here, normal one, let alone a steelbook. And it's got an Italian cardboard kind of outer sleeve. And once you take that off, it's exactly the same as the English one. So English writing on the cover, English inside, same disc, everything. But this is the other thing, DJ, that will make you laugh, and everybody else listening, I'm sure. So, and it links to home theater, right? So just, oh God, it's so embarrassing. So I put the movie on, and I don't know how well you know it, all right? But anyway, so I put the movie on, right? Hit play. Now it's an Italian disc, yeah? So I know it's Italian, even though it all looks English, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put this in, and I hit play.
God.
Subtitles came up, right? And it says the Holy Grail, and there are subtitles, okay? And I thought, oh God, okay. It's just one of these weird things. It's one of these weird quirks. And of course, I use a Harmony Elite, so I went out the back to get the control, because the Harmony Elite doesn't have a subtitle button on it for my Blu-ray player. So I go out, I get the controller, which is in the equipment room, and I'm messing around, and it says no, subtitles are off. And I'm thinking, oh, is the disc fault? Like, what's going on? And I would say tearing my hair out, but I haven't got any.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what the hell? And it's going on, and it's subtitles, and I'm thinking, what the hell? And I'm getting really annoyed, right? And this is why. And it then says, and then the subtitles start to have jokes in them. So it's like it's in Swedish or Swedish thing, and it starts to say, "We hope you enjoy the movie." And I realize it's part of the film.
Right.
But, oh my God! It took me. I'm not even going to say how long it took me to realize.
Yeah, like you're trying to shut them off, like they won't go anywhere. Oh God.
Honestly,
That's
man,
great.
I won't say how long it took me to realize that.
Yeah.
But once I did, I was laughing and punching myself in equal measure in frustration. It was very, very funny. But what a joke, a 50-year-old joke that has relevance to home theater today, where sometimes it happens, doesn't it? The subtitles come on, can't turn them off. So that was extremely funny and annoying in equal measure. But anyway, then watch the film, and I love the film. I honestly, it's great. The now go away before I taunt you a second time. Had me in. The subaltern retard throws a sword at you, and now you're the king. It's not good for his basis of government, is it? All this kind of stuff was fantastically funny, and I laughed all the way through. And the good news is, it looks and sounds amazing. It's in Atmos, Deej, as well.
Oh, really?
Isn't it? Well, it's Sony, isn't it? So
wow.
they Atmos everything, and this sounds better than some of Sisu. No, it's Sisu 2 anyway. I loved it. I loved the movie. Really, really enjoyed it. Even the ending that caused a lot of issues, as I understand it. But I thought it was very funny. And I loved how it looked, loved how it sounded. And if you haven't seen it for a while, and if you want to see it again, you're like me, you haven't seen it, then this is definitely the one to see. It looks and sounds great. So I had a very funny time with it. And as I said, and if I ever meet John Cleese or Michael Palin or Eric Idle, I look forward to saying to them, I will tell them what happened with this disc and how their joke from 50 years ago still came back to haunt me.
Yeah.
So very, very funny. And yeah, it's great. So
honestly, I can't even say I wouldn't have fallen for it too. And I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in forever. I haven't seen it probably since like college or just after. I haven't seen it in forever.
Is it on Kaleidoscope?
Yeah, it's only in HD. I just checked.
Mm.
It's only HD, but
oh boy, did it?
Yeah,
it was very funny once I realized the joke.
Yeah,
oh,
that's great. That's great. Imagine what that did to people back then, because they weren't as like.
Well, but you would have accepted.
Well, you would have seen it in the theater and stuff. So you're not. Yeah, in the theater, you just would have been like, fine. I don't remember thinking anything of it actually.
It's at the point where the subtitles start saying, "Are you going anywhere nice on your holidays?" Yeah, you realize, oh God, okay, this is just, oh man, it was funny. I'm so glad I didn't tweet out in my frustration.
Yeah.
Bloody disc is broken. I've just spent all this money getting it from Italy.
Oh my God,
what
that would have been fantastic.
I would have had to have left Twitter.
It literally is a joke that it was 50 years in the making, if you look at it that way, because it's like. Back then it wasn't as big a deal. Now it's because everything automatically goes to subtitles. You just do like a 10-second back, you get the subtitles. Yeah. And you're like, shut these off. I don't want them. And now you start. oh God.
Yeah.
That's
lucky
great.
that the remote control wasn't snapped in half.
Yeah.
Luckily I didn't, throw the disc away.
Yeah.
Or even worse, try and send it back. There's a problem with the subtitles.
Oh God.
I'm so glad that didn't happen. Yeah,
that's great. Good stuff.
Very, very good.
That's good stuff. Yeah, and like you saw it up there earlier. Michael's like, good man for admitting it, but that's part of the joke, though. How do you know what I mean? It's like, how do you not? It's like that's what makes it great,
Oh yeah, when again, a 50-year-old joke that has resonance today because of the issues sometimes we face. And it had to be, if it had been an English disc, I think I would have been all right with it, but because it came from Italy, I'm just ready for, is there going to be an issue with subtitles? But
I don't know. I don't know though, because just the way subtitles are now, where they're just automatic, and you're like, why is this doing this? What happened? Did my player get an update? And I don't want this crap, and it's like, I mean, our brains would have been like workshopping it. Like, what's wrong here? Why isn't this doing it? It's like,
well, because I bought it or imported a disc from Germany a couple of years back, the Mothman Prophecies, which is a Blu-ray. It's not available anywhere. And I love that movie. And that's got baked in German subtitles. You can't change them. They're there. But because I couldn't get it anywhere else, I'd spent the money to get it and just ignore them. But so I'm always slightly wary of importing stuff from Europe and thinking, okay, this could happen. But, as I said, it didn't.
Did you see what Paul said?
Were there Italian subtitles for the
English subtitles?
Knowing Monty Python, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
exactly that. I dread to think, but there are a load of subtitles on there, but of course I wasn't, because I was so irritated, and I thought it was the disc. I wasn't reading the subtitles, because if I had read them properly, the O's have got lines through, because it's supposed to be sort of Swedish. I think it's supposed to be. For no apparent reason. And had I read them properly, I would have seen that and then realized, okay, it's not what I think it is. It took me so long to realize it because I was annoyed. Oh gosh. Yeah. So anyway, it's great.
Awesome. That's good. Great story. I like stories.
So yeah, very, very cool. Well worth picking up. Greg says your mother was a hamster.
Yeah.
Father smelled of elderberries. Oh, that's brilliant. What was it? I fart in your general direction.
Oh God. Good stuff. I have to see that again.
I mean, if you do, then let me know, because it'll be cool to see kind of what you make of it. Jordan says, I know what Steve means. I bought a lot of German and Italian releases and had the same concerns regarding subtitles. It's always a concern. You never quite know. But, there it is. But everyone else in the planet has seen that movie many times, but just somehow it passed me by, but no longer.
Hey, Ara dropped into the chat.
Hey, Ara.
Hey, Ara. How you doing, buddy? Yep.
It's my confession.
showing me yesterday. If you haven't heard Takeover Tuesday, Ara was part of the show.
Oh yeah.
That's, I mean, one, we've been talking hockey for a couple of weeks since the Olympics started. Ara and I are going back and forth. Every time the U.S. scores, he sends me a what is it, a GIF or whatever of a goal. Boom. And for him, that gold medal game, that was on at 5:10 his time. Local
Yeah,
time.
because they're 8 hours.
And him and I were texting.
Yeah.
he was up, and it's like, yeah, he's got a setup. If you listen to his show, he's got the goal light. He has the little goal light that goes on. It's got a horn. Like my brother bought me one years ago. I got it in storage somewhere, but he has his setup, and he said on his show how he set it all up. But he linked it to the USA hockey team. So every time they scored, it'd be like and go off. So you got to get up because that thing's going to be going off at, well, let me see. The first goal was probably around 5:30 in the morning. I think the first goal of the game for US. So,
but Ara's from well, he lives in California, doesn't he?
California. Yeah.
Is it a big deal out there? I thought it was kind of an East Coast sport.
You'll have to
because
listen
of the
to the
cold.
show. Ara mentions that,
All right, fair
Austin
enough, I will.
Matthews is from Arizona. But Ara talks about that. We talk about like USA hockey expanding and how it's bigger in California now. He was talking about how like he grew up watching the Kings, and they weren't very good, but then then they did win cups, a few years ago. But the popularity has grown. So, but yeah, you gotta listen to the show. Yeah, there you go.
I have listened to some of it. I will.
Yeah.
Mike was just saying in the chat about, Steve, did you pick up Daylight yet from Turbine? We've had that for a while as well.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, we have reviewed it a while back, Mike. Steve says, he's had it for a while. Yeah, it's good. It is good.
Yeah.
We haven't talked the Turbine releases for a while because we had obviously the proper version of Twister was another one.
Twister, yeah. Those were the two big ones from Turbine was Twister and
Yeah.
Daylight for getting the Atmos.
We've-
And then once you hear the real Twister with the Atmos, you're like, oh, how good is the Daylight? How good is that one? So.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Alrighty. Okay.
All right. What do we got? All right. You want to do
Big
wrap
one?
it up?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
let's
Because I
do
want to
it.
get your thoughts on this. Yes.
Yeah. This was a couple weeks ago, actually. But
Yeah.
took this in. And,
This is the awards botherer. Yes, indeed.
yeah.
All right. Do you want me to introduce this one, Deej? Do you want to do this bit?
Sure.
Okay. So this then is, from my version, the 4K UHD Dolby Atmos disc of Leonardo DiCaprio's One Battle After Another. And yours is the Kaleidoscape version, I'm assuming, Deej.
Yes.
Same specs.
There we go.
Presumably?
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually just double checking right now, but yeah, it's a Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, 4K, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So Paul Thomas Anderson, isn't it? Directed it. I think it is.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Paul Thomas Anderson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn,
Benicio del Toro. Yeah.
I know
Lots of people.
Regina Hall. I don't remember the others though.
So I came to this in a very roundabout kind of way, in as much as when I was out for a few drinks with some friends of mine early in January, it seemed that night everybody coming up to me was like, let's talk movies. And one particular guy who I'd met before but didn't know very well, clearly very cine literate, and was talking about movies from last year and talking F1 and all this stuff. And he said to me, my best film of 2025, bar none, is One Battle After Another, which I thought was surprising because one of my best friends had said to me he got 10 minutes into this and turned it off and was bored and never went back.
Really?
Yeah. So I had a 10 minutes in and hated it from one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And then I had this other guy who was very cine literate saying, loved every second of it. So I bought the 4K disc and I put this on when I wasn't feeling very well last week, or a week before, whatever it was. And I didn't know what to expect. And I just I didn't know much about the story, if anything. And I just popped it on. And I'm not the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan. I know that's sacrilegious, but I'm not. And so I didn't know what to expect. And on it went. I thought the film was never less than riveting. I was engaged from the beginning to the end. I thought this was, I mean, it's interesting that it's not set in any particular time period. And that's deliberate because I read it afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's deliberately not set time. And yet it has echoes of modern, right up to the minute political issues and various other things.
Yeah.
And
But you could again, you could put that almost in any time. That's the
exactly.
difficult
Yeah.
thing for people nowadays, especially younger people, to realize. Like they think this is the worst time ever, and it's like, nope, this isn't anything new.
Yeah, well,
That's
quite.
what-
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know,
yeah. Well, that was noticeable right from the beginning that it's clearly not in a particular time. But I was thoroughly riveted. The performances. I mean, Sean Penn. He's
Oh
no
my
wonder he's
God.
winning the awards. I mean, again, he won it BAFTA
yeah,
Sunday night. For supporting actor. I mean, he's awesome in it. Really
Yeah.
is. And again, has echoes right up to the modern day. Leo's great in it. I mean, I think her there.
yeah.
I've forgotten her name. She's introduced, I think, in this. Is really, really good in it. Benicio del Toro is very funny in it, I think.
Oh my
and
God. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And there are some incredible action sequences in it. Some really nice old school action sequences in it, deliberately old school. I really enjoyed it. Is it my best film of last year? No.
No.
No. But
Very
I did
good.
really
I mean,
enjoy it.
I mean, a truly, I hate to say it sounds so cliche, but like it's a truly artistic piece. Like every
Yes.
actor in this, like even like you said, Benicio del Toro, like his acting in this, his part in this. But I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn, the way they manipulate you, that I mean, if you've seen it, you're gonna understand what I'm saying to a degree. Some people might not like what I'm about to say, but I think every character in here, you at one way or another, you look at them and go, "What are you doing?" But you also can go, you could sympathize and go, "Okay." Like, and if you haven't seen the movie and you hear what I'm about to say, you're gonna go, when you do see the movie, you're like, DJ, you're nuts. Even the Sean Penn character, you look at it and it's like, I'm not saying he's right. He's it's bad, but you're sympathizing for, like, that's just who he is. Okay. But look at how torn and messed up he is.
Yeah, he's
And
damaged.
yeah. And you just look at that and but then you have those background characters, right? The Christmas, and you're just like, that background, whatever you want to call it, those people, you're like, oh my God, you thought like even like the character Sean Penn, you're like, oh, then you said those people, you're like, oh, like it's just, I mean, it just, this movie tears at you emotionally in so many ways. It's just so well done.
And the guy that is the Sean Penn's interrogator, who, by the way, did that for real. He's an ex.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's was a real interrogator.
Okay.
So he's playing himself.
In
Yeah,
that, the one that
previous
was helping him go after.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Which I pegged straight away, by the way, because the way he talks was just too real to be anything other than someone who's experienced. It's like at the end of Captain Phillips when Tom Hanks is being treated by the corpsman. He's getting the medical treatment. Again, she was a real corpsman. She's doing what she does for real. And there's something about that you can tell it's real.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's horrible as well.
Oh.
In what he's doing, but never less than fascinating to see how he does what he does. And again, the car chases were great. When the bullets start to fly, boy, do they fly! And I genuinely enjoyed it. Like I said, not my favorite film of last year, not my best film of 2025. If I was an Oscar, member, Academy member,
No, I can see why it's
Well,
nominated for
great.
everything.
Oh yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really good. So in terms of the home theater side of it, then, what did you make of it then, Deej?
Awesome. I like you said, it's like, I thought the picture, I mean, this is one of those where already talking about the acting and everything, but the picture quality, like looking at their faces, looking at Leonardo DiCaprio's face, early scenes, it's flashback, right? So he's younger. And now with this picture quality, I mean, I thought they did a great job with that. and you're looking at it, and then all of a sudden it jumps. What was it, 16 years into the
16,
future?
yeah.
16 years. So you start, Leonardo DiCaprio's 16, supposed to look 16 years younger, and then jumps into present day, right? Whatever, not today, present day, but present day for the movie, whatever it is. And he's older, weathered, lived a hard life the last 16 years, as he describes, which is hysterical. He's like, I can't remember. It's
It is
awesome,
funny. Yeah,
isn't it? And it's like, but
Yeah.
everything about it, I mean, this isn't supposed to be a comedy, but a lot of it is just so like, you're just like, the lines, the way they're delivered and stuff. But the picture, I think, enhances all of that, because it's so well shot. Even the picture, I mean, we'll get to the sound in a second, but that chase scene at the end, the car chase where you've got, the Mustang and what was it, a Charger, right? And it's like the sounds of them. We'll get to that. But the ups and downs, the way they shot that, I mean, you're sitting in your seat, and I'm here in this seat here, and you're like, whoa, whoa. I mean, the way it was like the camera mounted like at the front of the front bumper, so it really enhanced the up and down. And the way that is a danger. I've driven out in that area, and that is danger. You come up over those hills, and you're like, oh, somewhere, you can't tell. The picture quality, the way it was shot, the HDR, the bright, because you're looking at a dark road, and you look at the bright sky in the background, the sand, everything. I mean, it just looked gorgeous. But it really led to your stomach going up and down, up and down. It just, I thought it was, and again, this isn't a movie that you would say there's like a home theater, juggernaut.
It's not showy. It's not showy.
No,
no.
It's more of a drama, right? It's not supposed to be an action movie, but the scenes that it did have, and the way it would, like I said, it really, this is like an old school film, right? It needs to be seen in the best theater possible. It needs to be, this isn't one you want to watch on your phone or on your laptop, if you watch this in the best place you can possibly watch it, on the biggest screen, because I do think that enhances everything, all the acting, everything, the story, everything like that. Even the opening scenes, the nighttime, we're looking down at the camps or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The blue sky, the dark blue of the sky and stuff. Awesome. What'd you think of the audio?
See, I did like, again, I think the audio, though, generally, like the video, is very much in service of the story. I don't think it's certainly not for most of the runtime. It's not showy. It's not a tour de force. However, there are sequences in this that are fantastic. Whenever the guns, there are firefights in this that sound like something out of Saving Private Ryan. There are where when those guns go, it's like, whoa, it's just bang, 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 bang. Again, you talk about the audio, again with the cars, the Mustang sounds like a Mustang, the V8 or V12, whatever it is, sounds like that. You kind of feel that. The throaty sort of roar of the cars. When there is the riot scenes and stuff, you can hear all the echoes in the thing, all that stuff. So the impression I got was when it wants to give you a sonic experience, it does that.
Yeah.
But it's not throughout, but that's deliberate. This isn't Sinners that gives you, and it's the same studio, which is why I think of Sinners.
Yeah.
This isn't designed to give you this constant noise, but when it does, it really does go for it. So actually, perhaps I would say, Deej, it's the anti-Sisu 2.
That I was just gonna. I wanted to let you finish, and I was like, no, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're going to the same place. It's like everything you just described. It's like even the up and down of the road, right? It's like that's what the audio was doing. To the point, like I said earlier, like we nailed this like we did in rehearsal. It was perfect how we set this all up in the whole show. But it was like they set us up correctly in that it's a drama. There's a heavy dialogue in this. But when you went to the engines, the roar of those engines, and the roar of those engines in the episode, you know, it really played and added to the tension of what eventually does happen, spoiler free, in that car chase scene, right? And the monotony and how it leads to that, but the monotony of the scene, because that's one of those scenes. You know what? I actually did think this during this scene. I was like, is this going a little too long? And I thought of you and John talking about John Wick 4. Right? It's like, does it need to do that? But it did. And it works. And then the audio, but all the while it's a little bit hard. I'm only thinking that because of you guys, because of the show, how I'm thinking of scenes and stuff. But you're literally along for the ride and enjoying the audio, enjoying the video experience of going up and, you know, in that scene, and never mind the anticipation of the story and how these characters are going to deal with this situation, right? Put all of that together. And we're just talking about that one scene, but that's all set up by the quieter dialogues, the scenes of Leonardo DiCaprio at his home on the trail on the couch. That scene when the kids come there, you're going to come to my house with a bright red car? It's like, which is in the trailer. I'm not saying anything, but it's like, it's just great. It's like the emotion they set you up with, the audio, the video. I mean, it really is. It's like, it's funny. It's like, we keep saying it's not my favorite of the year, but we keep saying some stuff that's just like, does this drop in there as home theater experience of the year? Because it's like, it has all of this. It might not be our cup of tea as a movie, but how do we deny everything that we just said? And I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I love the movie, but is it that because it's such a difficult story, it's such a difficult thing? It's not like a happy end. You're not just like, you don't walk out of here after seeing this going, that was great. It's such a feel-good movie. It's not. There's like almost nothing in it that feels good. Right? You feel for every character one way or the other, good, bad, sometimes both, whatever. But at the end, you're like, oh, such a difficult story. And is that what keeps us from going?
Well, we talked about when we did our top 10 about the consistency of the experience. And that's where I think this one will fall down, because we've already had two this year. Are consistently engaging home theater and story-wise. So Tron Ares, whatever you think of the movie, is consistently, audio and video
pushing the whole theater part of it.
Predator Badlands, same thing. Although I picked the disc up yesterday, so I'm looking forward to reviewing the disc. Is again consistently an experience. So whereas one battle after another, and it's entirely intentional, has these peaks and troughs. It's a symphony rather than a heavy metal concert, isn't it? There are times where it brings you up and then times where it brings you down, rather than a kind of constant bang, 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 bang sort of. And so that's where I think it will fall down with all the other stuff we've got to come.
It's almost
by the end of the year, I think it'll be.
Exactly.
It won't be that.
Yeah, again, I was going to say the exact same thing. It's not that, like, if we were brand new at this, we'd be like, this is up there, put it in there. Cause it's a better movie than Tron Ares. It's got in it. It uses the audio and video to tell the story, which is what we love. And it enhances it. So how can you not put it in there? Well, because we've done this so many times, we know it's just going to drop out, because we're going to get, we're already at 2. We're going to get 12, 15 more that it'll go dunk, 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 dunk. Like, as good a movie as this is, and as good as the audio is and the video, it's gonna get dropped. It's only February, so, but it is that good though. It is good.
And I look forward to seeing this chap again and telling him that I did enjoy it. I've spoken to one of my friends since, the one who only watched 10 minutes of it. I said, you really should watch it. You should go back, but he won't. He's like, so much to see, so he will not circle back around to it. He found the daughter incredibly irritating, and just said, I just couldn't. Not the daughter.
Does he not have kids?
Girlfriend.
She nailed it.
He has
got kids.
3 kids.
That's kids.
He's got 3 kids. He's got 3.
That's kids.
No, it's not the daughter. It's the girlfriend at the beginning. He said he found her intensely irritating and just couldn't get beyond that. Sorry, not the
Oh,
daughter.
one of the like main character, or it turns out to be a main character.
Exactly. He said,
So-
I just couldn't deal with her.
Too
I thought she was
intense.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought she was great.
that's the story. I mean,
yeah.
she's the catalyst for everything.
How about this for an experience then? So Old School Kung Fu Film says, I was lucky enough to watch one battle after another with an intro by Paul Thomas Anderson and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow,
That's quite cool, isn't it?
that's awesome.
Yeah. I'd want to do a Q&A, and you get to the end of it after this incredible tour de force performance from Leo and just say, could you not have fitted on that door with Rose? Just see what he said.
Yeah, he's never heard that question before.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why you ask it. Do you reckon he just had me escorted from the building?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Wind him up blatantly.
There you go. Wind him up. Wind him up. Yep.
Wind him. But there we go. So yeah, this is good though. Very good. And I did enjoy it. It's not going to warm me up to some of other Paul Thomas Anderson's films, but I did enjoy this one. So it's very cool.
What the other one was
There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. Yes, I was going to say Boogie Nights. I love.
Yeah,
You love
I was
Boogie
never
Nights?
that big a fan. And There Will Be Blood did do a lot for me.
I like There Will Be Blood. I like Boogie Nights. Did he do Magnolia? That was good.
I think he did, didn't he?
Did he do? He did
I'm going to now cheat outrageously.
something I know about him. with
Punch
that.
Drunk Love.
Who?
Punch Drunk Love. That's Adam Sandler.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah. Licorice Pizza. I didn't see that. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I'm having Phantom Thread. I didn't see that.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Oh yeah. The Master. Yeah, I didn't see that either. That was Philip. Was that Philip Seymour Hoffman? Or am I thinking of? Or is that Joaquin Phoenix? It's one of the two.
No, I don't remember. That. Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, Magnolia.
to see
Yeah,
it.
he did do Magnolia. Deej.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
did.
There we
According
go.
to IMDb, so it must be right.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Was that 98, 99, something like that?
But Punch Drunk Love was Adam Sandler. I'm surprised you haven't seen that one. I'd have thought that would have been.
I've seen
right
that.
up your alley.
I just
Yeah.
forgot
Oh.
that. I didn't know. I've seen it. I didn't know it was Paul Thomas Anderson though.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good, and it deserves its awards recognition. You know, Sean Penn is awesome in it, utterly horrible in the role, and and just his craggy face is made for 4K.
Oh my God.
Because of course that all comes out again, a bit like we were talking about last week. He just looks like he's been chiseled out of rock in the desert. Just looks hewn from rock.
Yeah. Oh
But
my God.
yeah, so very cool, very cool.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. A lot of. I wouldn't say a lot of fun. Great home theater experience.
Yeah, just a good movie.
Yeah. It's a
it
old
is a-
school film.
Yeah,
Legit.
deserves its Oscar buzz. It really does.
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 So there we go.
All righty then. So that will do it. That's what I mean. I forgot. We just recorded on Thursday, and then we had a game. Men's team. The women won on Thursday, right before we went on the air. And then the men had their semifinal game on Friday, so I was doing that, and then all day Saturday I was prepping for the storm. Had to remove snow, so make room for the new snow. And then we had the gold medal game. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch anything since the last time we sat here.
I'm just looking here. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4,
I know
5, 6, 7, 8, and I've got plenty more to watch this week. So yep. And I took 3 out of there, Deech.
Oh geez. Yeah.
Some older ones that kind of gone by a bit now, and fine because there's not a lot to say about them.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I
I gotta get a couple in there plus the 4-hour one, and then
it is good.
Worth it.
It is good. Yeah. Lots to say about that. I'm looking forward to
4 hours worth.
4.5. Yes, indeed.
4.5. Jeez.
Some interesting additions, but some even more interesting subtractions. Some stuff's been taken out. It's not just all been put
I'm not
in.
as good at recognizing unless I know the movie
With
like
this
the back
film
of my
or
hand,
these
which I
films.
don't know Kill Bill like the back. Whoops.
Ah,
I don't know it like the back of my hand.
Nice. Whereas I because of this person who's it's their favorite film, I've seen it many times.
I've seen it many times, but
see the differences very clearly, even down to shortening some scenes. Yeah. So very cool.
Cool. All right. All righty. So that will do it for this week. I mean, I've been go for the last 3 days. I can't wait to just relax here. Maybe take in a movie or something. But so thank you to everybody for in the chat. Thanks to everybody watching, listening, participating. Thanks to the patrons. If you're new to the show, we do have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Brightside Home Theater, $1 a day. We were just saying this the other day. R and I were talking about it yesterday. It was like, if everybody within the sound of my voice, Steve and I could retire, John could retire, and we get him back on the show, by the way.
Yeah.
I get emails, get John back on. It's not up to us. It's not like we're keeping him away.
He's got to get time off from his boss.
Yeah. So if you want John back, give. And then next thing you know, we'll 3 of us will be retired and we'll be doing this more than once a week. That's for sure.
Sitting on a beach earning 20%.
There you go. So, and the other way you can do it, we talked about it earlier. Rate, review, subscribe, all of that stuff. Go on iTunes. Go. Does YouTube? Can you rate on YouTube? I don't even know.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I think you just give the thumbs up. You like, subscribe, like and subscribe. Do all that. But wherever your podcast is, check out, see if you can rate and review and all that stuff. We appreciate it. And then other people see great 1-star reviews and they'll be like, because you either want to see something great or something so bad that you're like, 1 star, this has got to be bad. It's a train wreck. I got to check this out.
We just want passion, though, Deej. That's what we want.
Yeah, exactly. Love us or hate us. I don't care. As long as you're listening. So, all right. That'll do it for this week. Till next time, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.